the backstage of Rapture in Leeds with Dan Stone, who is at the moment at his highs with his wonderful productions and remixes. Dan, would you like to take us back in time and tell us when everything started for you?
It kind of started about 10 years ago. I've been DJing for 10 years before that, so I've been DJing quite a while, doing the sort of commercial dance clubs, and I just fancied getting the other side and just getting into more productions. So I kind of dabbled about with Cubase for a bit, and with some kind of support from some trance producers at the time that were doing quite well, who lived kind of locally near me. They kind of taught me the ropes, really.
Who were those?
Guys called Marcos Euphonic, who was signed to Vandit back in the day, along with his best mate, J.K. Walker, who I went under the name of Apogee as well, from Armada. So they were kind of good mates and they were doing really well, and I kind of lived near them, and we kind of got to know each other as friends as well, and I learned, pretty much everything from them, so I've got a lot to thank them for as well.
What did trance mean to you and attract?
It's all about the melodies, really, about the emotion that comes with it. That's what attracted me, and I was always into trance, even when I was doing the more commercial dance clubs, not pop, commercial dance. But yeah, so I've always had a love for trance, but I didn't know how to quite get into it. But yeah, so it's always about the melodies, and that just it brings so much emotion to it.
Which track of yours do you believe is the big one and the one that got the most support and the one that everybody recognizes as a dance tone classic?
The most successful one of mine would probably be my remake of See the Sun for Matt Derry, featuring Kate Louise Smith. Which is the rework that I did last year. Yeah, the support was incredible, and it was kind of, I suppose every producer has their sort of one track that kind of they do well out of, or the one they're known for, and that kind of by far for me was pretty much a career changer. So yeah, that's definitely the one.
You are all over the place. Is that better, you believe, rather than being associated with one label?
I think things have started to change slightly this year for me. I'm more kind of stable with Future Sound of Egypt now, especially on originals, and I'm obviously happy to remix for various other labels. It's just kind of working on more the projects of tracks, especially with remixes that I personally love, and feel, as opposed to you get an awful lot of offers from labels to do remixes, and I think it's about being honest, and if you're really liking a track, and sometimes if you like an original so much, going out there and asking asking to remix it, which is what I've done on a few projects so far this year, which is nice. I think you've got to have that buzz about a track to remix it, rather than just, oh, we'll just do it because it's that label, do it because it's that artist. I think you've got to have that proper feeling about a track, really, to work on it.
Ali and Phila have played your latest one that is dedicated to a specific country, is it?
Yeah, yes, it's the new single Venezuela, which comes out in about 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah, it was named.
Why you named it Venezuela?
Because I lived there. I lived there for 2 years when I was really young.
Wow.
I think I was only about 3 or 4 years old.
Wonderful.
I lived in an area called Puerto La Cruz, on the sort of coastal area. I don't remember much about it. I know my father worked quite a lot all over the place in his engineering work, so we were kind of based in Venezuela for quite a while. So yeah, there was small memories, but I was very small. I was very young, but that kind of, yeah.
So you had a wonderful remix on Luke Bond's track versus Cartel that is doing really, really well.
Absolutely over the moon about it, because you never know, especially after the kind of See the Sun situation last year, you're always wary that things are going to kind of dip, or you're going to suddenly go quiet. So that kind of completely proved different, to have that and have the support from Gareth, especially him playing at ASOT in Utrecht, and so it's been some great support from everyone for that. So yeah, it's been a good start to the year, so and plenty to come.
After Venezuela, what we are going to expect from you?
I'm currently working on a remix for Alan Envy for a vocal track by Neve Kennedy, a really nice track from theirs, which I know the guys really well, they're good friends, and we kind of talked about it and decided to remix it. I was playing their original out in Australia earlier this year, and I decided that I kind of liked it so much I wanted to give it a go. Probably another vocal track of mine for FSOE this year. I'm still toying with Who vocal-wise. So there's a couple of people, and I've also just finished remixing a massive remix, probably my biggest project of my career, which I can't talk about who it was for.
How do you feel of playing at Rapture in Leeds then? Have you ever played in Leeds, or this is your first time?
Yeah, I've played a few times in Leeds. I always love coming up here. It's an awesome city to play in. It's a great vibe, great crowd. Yeah, the last time I played was for DS birthday last year. So now I'm really looking forward to it. I've never played at the Mint Club, so I hear it's got a nice sort of underground feel about it, and I love those sort of venues, those sort of intimate sort of venues, so I'm kind of really looking forward to it tonight. Yeah, can't wait.
And what other events are pipeline for you?
I've got quite a busy April. I'm playing with Faddy, Ali and Fila on kind of like a double gig weekend. We're doing Affinity in Galway and Ireland, and then followed by Glasgow on the Saturday night. I think that's the 13th of April, 14th of April, and then the week after that I'm playing a 3-hour extended set in London for a night called Trance in Vauxhall. So yeah.
There are so many trance nights now in UK. What is going on? Do you think that trance is back then?
I don't know. It kind of fluctuates. You know, you hear of nights shutting down, and then you hear of some small nights coming. I think there's a great buzz about the trance scene at the moment, and it's obviously coming back up again, especially with Ali and Fila's, the Radio 1 Essential Mix, and the kind of the feeling that trance and uplifting is kind of coming back strong. So maybe that's kind of, it does feel like it's slowly getting busier. Yeah, fingers crossed. I think all these styles go around in sort of full circle, and obviously that it's been popular with the house and the techno side of things. Yeah, maybe it's Trance's turn to have its moment again. But we shall see.